Hello all, welcome back to the channel. I am Alan, and if this is your first time visit, I'm Alan Reacts. This is my little corner of the YouTube world. Reactions, reviews, analysis, shared songs, shared details, any research I've done around the songs. What I'm going to share with you today, the song we're going to talk about today and listen to is Nirvana, You Know You're Right. There is a story behind this for me. This is only my second time Nirvana have appeared on the channel. For no reason other than this is the second time only. There are more, obviously, to come, but I'll get into the song and I'll tell you why this song resonates with me. And it's not for what you think or you might think. And a lot of the projection that people have put onto this song about Kurt State, this was the last song that they recorded in '94 in Mutt Lang's studio, Robert Lang. But there's a whole mishmash of stuff and I want to get into it, and I just want to enjoy sharing the song with you. So this is off their official channel, official video. Here we go. Nirvana, You Know You're Right. You get that opening, it opens with that diddle ding ding. That's already sort of heightened listening. It's not a crash. Then you get that, to me it's rolling thunder. It's kind of funky in its own way, it's a bass line, but it's rolling thunder. Then you've got the lyrics, and we'll talk about the song later. I will never bother you. I will never promise to. I will never follow you. I will never bother you. Never speak a word again. Ugh. But we talk about songs, and often, and I'm not a clinical psychologist, people, so take this with a pinch of salt, a bit of a disclaimer. But when things are done historically, they're often in the context we want to project onto them, and we see in the video and we know his life story, so we can project, sometimes wrongly, what we think the song means and what it was he was telling us in the story of the song. I don't know, but we'll talk about it. Let's pull it back.
I won't move away from here. You won't be afraid of fear. Nothing was put into this, and I always knew it would come to this. Things have never been so swell. I have never found a well. Hey!
It's a really claustrophobic song, isn't it? And I want to share what I was thinking around in NME and Rolling Stone in 2002, and I'll use the right words, called it, parenthesis, a raw glimpse of where Nirvana was heading. Basically highlighting Cobain's anguished vocal delivery as a reminder of his own artistry, what he was giving us. Was this where they were heading? So this was recorded in '94, but wasn't released till 2002, 8 years after his demise. NME, New Music, British magazine, sort of emphasised the track's release as, their own words, an emotional flashback, praising its intense brooding dynamics and how it encapsulated Nirvana's trademark mix of melody and aggression. I think it's more sadness. The pain is aggressive, but it's sadness. When you self-reflect, that pain, it sounds angry at the pain, but it's actually sadness. And it's that projection by the artist. But are we projecting because we know what came next after this recording in that time period? Are we saying he was talking about his own pain? And if you look at it again, I am no psychologist, but if you just look at the lyrics and listen to the song, you might think is, I will never bother you, I will crawl away. that's maybe a psychologist, and I'm not, but I've worked in the field. Suggests a profound desire to withdraw from interpersonal conflict. Again, we can project that on what we know historically or believe was happening in his life at the time. Yeah, and again, avoidant coping, when the individual attempts to lessen stress by distancing himself physically or emotionally from a situation. So is he projecting? Is he telling us about what he was doing to cope? I don't know. I don't know anybody that well, and I certainly didn't know him. But you can see how you could look at that time frame, look at the results, look what happened to his life after that song, and look what happened in Italy, and all those different things. And you think, oh, okay, not Italy, sorry. I'm thinking of something else. When you think about the song and how you might look at it at a surface level, it's definitely, oh my God, he was screaming about the pain he was in. He may well have been. But we can't definitively say this song represents what was happening next in his life. I don't think. Let's listen on.
Let's talk about someone else standing still begins to melt. Nothing really bothers her. She just wants to love herself. I will move away from here. You won't be afraid of fear. The thought was put into this. I always know to come like this. Think I've never been so swell. I have never felt that feel. Hey.
I mean, when you're looking at the video, you get to see the juxtapositions between the rage and anguish and sort of that, the Who did this, the Pistols did this, bands have done this where they've gone out and took out their aggression and been in that moment, and it's real, but it's interspersed with back scenes cutting where he's laughing and joking. Now, was that all a facade? Was the stage presence the real presence and the backstage laughing and the swirling the champagne around, was that just a facade? I don't know. Do I care? Yeah, but I can't change it. And when I'm listening to a song like this from a band that has become important, people are still singing this, still know this song in 2025. But what were they going to become? Would they have lasted? Would they have imploded? What would they have next produced? Which direction would they have gone in? It's just a fantastic thing to think about. Sad that he's gone, but I could only live with what I've got now, and is what would they become? Like NME saying it was a foreboding of the direction they could be heading, Rolling Stone, sorry. But it soared into the charts on a compilation album, Nirvana, 2002. And for me, the reason why I listened to it, I talk about in the last, when I was looking at Where Did You Sleep Last Night? When I first come across Nirvana, I was kind of like, okay, I get it. Bit Sex Pistol-y, not really me. I can appreciate it's got a good sound, but I was listening to other things. And then probably 4 or 5 years later, I really started listening to what was the sound. And then I remember seeing this years ago, and I thought, oh my God, I love that song, the pain and anguish in the song. And I was more mature, but I kind of glimpsed in brief thought about it. But now I'm really thinking about it. And I could understand why I would project my own personal issues or whatever point in my life into that song. But I can't definitively say it was him. I don't want to. Let's finish it off. when you look at the final of a psychologist, and again, disclaimer, I'm not sort of that ruminative thinking, the doom or self-sabotage in the song. I've never failed to fail. That could signal a negative self-appraisal consistent with low self-worth or feelings of helplessness. That's all in the song for you to take on board, and is that what it makes you feel? Because I can't go beyond that. And that's what this kind of song's powerful in terms of that. But in terms of musically, what did that scene lose when it lost him? What drive and moving forward? I mean, there were other bands, Soundgarden and Pearl Jam, and all those bands were around, don't get me wrong. But it took a chunk out of it, didn't it? Let me know what you think, guys. Great song. Join in, there'll be more Nirvana. Guide me, direct me, talk to me. Till next time, I'm Alan. Take care.